5350. On phone on, what up, man? Now we gonna talk that real shit. Real shit. They gonna.
Yo, what is indeed going on, people, and welcome back to the JONETH PIPTNE podcast, talking about Chicago Bears talk. As the Bears yesterday lost to the Green Bay Packers yet again for the 104th time, 24-10. And I can say I'm upset. I'm more so disappointed, not because the team lost, because I predicted that the team would lose. I said all the struggles on the Main Event podcast, on other people's shows, what the Bears struggle at. The Bears switching from a 3-4 defense to now back to a Tampa 2-4-3 defense, and everything else that it brought to the table for the Bears. What can people say? What can people say? The Bears lose yet again. They did start off well, only for the first drive. First drive they hold Green Bay to 3. They sack Aaron Rodgers. Robert Quinn gets the sack. Travis Gibson get 2 sacks. The team drive down the field. The Bears offense, they able to drive down the field and basically score. Justin Fields gets in with a rushing touchdown. After that, like I said before, what I said was my biggest concern. The Bears cannot stop the run. They allowed 166 yards against the San Francisco 49ers. They allowed 203 rushing yards against Green Bay. So guess what? Going against now their former head coach, Lovie Smith, and the Houston Texans. Guess what the hell they going to do? They're going to run the football. That's what Lovie Smith specializes in, establishing the run, playing great defense. Guess what? They're going to run the football down the Bears' throat. This is exactly what they're going to attempt, much like the Packers did, much like what San Francisco 49ers did. The Bears have to find a way to stop it. Now, Roquan Smith is that outside linebacker when he was traditionally an inside linebacker. Yes, to free him up some more, but it seems like that's hindering him. It's a lot of things that I expected from this team. There's a lot of things I didn't expect from this team. I did not expect the Bears to be the 32nd run defense. I did not expect in this day and age that I would see that again. The Bears was close to historically bad back in 2013, 2014 season. They was historically bad. I did not expect them to be this bad defensively again. Their pass defense is okay, but okay not gonna get it done most of the time. But their rush defense is horrible. Now their pass rush is decent. They can get to the quarterback. They can get sacks when the quarterback go out to pass. But if the quarterback said that he don't want to pass and they want to run the ball the whole game and the quarterback only throw the ball 15 times, the team can still beat the Bears because they can't stop the run. They can't stop the run. I don't know what design that they got going on. I know it's a Tampa 2. That's something that Lovie Smith ran. But that Tampa 2 is ran entirely different than it was ran with Lovie Smith. These guys are just one-stop gap type of guys. And Lovie Smith had more of a, the guys is pass rushing, but at the same time, he had one of the best middle linebackers in the history of the NFL with Brian Urlacher, who was able to identify whether it was a run or a pass, and along with one of the best outside linebackers, which was Lance Briggs, borderline, what some people call borderline Hall of Famer Lance Briggs, being able to identify whether it was a run or pass. So it was like, yeah, man, it's making a big difference out there. All these guys not being able to identify whether it's a run or a pass right away. Rookies giving up outside contain way too much, slipping out on the field, not having the right angle to be able to get a hold of the running back, which I seen way too many times that he was able to just able to just get straight up the field. Didn't matter if it was Dillon or Jones. They were just able to bust up the field on the Bears and do whatever the hell they wanted to. And that's going to be a problem throughout the entire season with this team. The entire season is going to be a problem with the Bears probably end up losing more than 10 games if they can't get it together. Because if you can't stop the run, you sure in the hell ain't gonna be able to stop the pass. If you cannot stop the run, you definitely is not gonna stop the pass because it goes hand in hand. If you're able to stop the run, at least you make it more difficult to pass on you because then you know exactly what the person is going to do. Play action pass do not work, and you're able to have your guys peel back and attack the quarterback. But that cannot happen if you're not operating right. Yo, what's going on? Hey, how you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey there, how you doing? How you doing, my sister? Shit, man. Just talking about the Chicago Bears. Getting their ass whipped like I said they would. Green Bay got their 104th victory on the Chicago Bears. I said what was gonna happen. I just didn't expect it to be a loss by 17. I expected them to make a lot of defensive adjustments from the last game. I expected them to be more concerned about the run this week because it's scouting reports can tell you that the Bears can't stop the run. They showed it last week, the week before that they couldn't stop the run. So I would have been on that as a coach. Make sure to stop the run. Last week, Jones and Dillon did not get the ball often. They're going to push that initiative. And then of course Aaron Rodgers is gonna still be Aaron Rodgers. So the times that you see him actually drop back, get to him. But other than that, try to make sure to stop the run. I don't know what the hell Matt Eberflus was doing. That was one of the most dumbest things that I seen out there in terms of coaching. Not blitzing often to try to get to the gaps and stop the run. Something to make sure that they're able to do something out there. Another dumbass call was when the Bears finally drove all the way down the field from the 10-yard line in the second half once again after they get a stop on the Packers. Second stop now. They drive all the way down the field, and when they get to the one, even though I still think it was a touchdown, it was a quarterback draw, basically. Give it to the quarterback and have him try to run it in for a touchdown in the shotgun position. Why? I have no clue. You should have gave it to David Montgomery, who I've been running well all goddamn game. I don't know why they didn't continue to do that. They had the opportunity to do that after the first drive. The first drive, David Montgomery runs, 4 carries, 36 yards or 40 yards or something like that on the first drive. Then you get away from him and you give the ball to Khalil Herbert right after that. You try to pass the ball right after that. No, you should have kept running the football until they stopped you. That's what they should have did until they was able to stop David Montgomery completely. If he getting 3 yards or more, you keep running the football. It was like only 2 drives, maybe 3 drives, where they actually attempted that. The rest of the time, they were trying to pass the ball. I understand that it's not as flashy and you need to put points on the board quickly as possible, but sometimes it's good to hold the ball for a long time. To be able to hold the ball for a long time, you wear down the defense, and on top of that, you make the other offense become anxious. They get stiff. It makes them want to get out there on the field so quickly, and sometimes they end up making mistakes, which that happened a few times. Just the Bears was not able to capitalize on it. Honestly, based on the floor of the game and the way the game went, Bears could have possibly pulled off the bullshit only if they was able to capitalize on a few mistakes that Aaron Rodgers and the Packers made. Dillon, number one, and with the center made when they was able to back them up and actually get a stop. That should have been 2 touchdowns right there, at least. Then the drives in between that, they should have scored, especially the drive when they drove all the way down the field. That should have been another touchdown. Bears gave up way too many opportunities. We already know that they're not going to be a super good team out there. That's one thing I do know. I know the Bears is not going to be the best team this year. This is, of course, a rebuilding year. So I'm not super upset at what happened. I'm just disappointed at what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is a disappointment because, come on now, you're supposed to be a new regime. You're supposed to be trying to do something new. But instead, I see some of the same things that I see with Matt Nagy. I see some of the same things I see with Matt Nagy, like just certain plays that kind of aggravate me a little bit. Now a lot of things have changed, of course. But you got to do you got to do what you got to do. You got to get a hot man in football. David Montgomery was the hot man the whole night. He should have never been taken out that game until they shut him down. Khalil Herbert probably shouldn't even saw the goddamn field yesterday. For the most part, he should have probably damn near never saw the field until those times where he did get the ball. He was able to go up the field. Other than that, he really shouldn't even saw the field like that. It should have been almost all of David Montgomery running up that field and running angry and running the ball. The Bears get a penalty. They 1st and 20. He runs the ball and gets 28 yards. That's what you have in David Montgomery, someone capable of doing things like that, jump cutting and Nevada tackles. Why don't you use him more, even more? That's what the Bears have to do in order to control games, to keep those other offenses off the field. Keep it and wear down those defenses. So by the time the offense get back on that field, their offense, then they possibly make mistakes because they've either been on that sideline too long trying to stretch and try to stay warm, or they got way too anxious and the quarterback or the running back make a mental error here or there. And the Bears once again get the ball back and try to capitalize on that. And then guess what? You automatically take them out of part of their game plan. They can't run the football like that. They automatically down 14-0 early in the game. Now they have to pass the ball more often. They can't run the ball like that. Now they have to pass it more often. Guess what? Now your linemen can peel their ears back and be able to get straight to the quarterback and make things happen. But that's not going to happen if your team can't stop the run. That's not going to happen if your team get down in the red zone and your offensive coordinator calls dumbass plays like he called having Justin Fields running quarterback power, basically. That's what they want to call it. I call it more like a small delayed draw. But basically running quarterback power on a 1 yard line, and your quarterback who is 6'3", 6'4", don't jump over to try to stretch over to try to get the ball over or something. Even then, I still feel like they should have gave it to the running back. Give it to your hot hand, who is David Montgomery. Another thing that really bothered me, they not getting the ball to Darnell Mooney on a consistent basis. Cole Kmet not getting targeted often. Even when he do get targeted, he still can't catch the fucking ball. Why is it that you are 6'7", 270 pounds, and you are jumping in the air for a pass that is in your fucking chest? Why are you trying to make yourself small, as big as you are? Why aren't you trying to pull a Jimmy Graham? Stop, shield the guy off, and catch the goddamn football. Use your goddamn size. Why is Cole Kmet doing that? You a 2nd round pick. Why are your big ass not doing things like that? Come on now, that's something that most tight ends done. That's how a lot of them good tight ends. That's how Jason Witten, non-running ass, was able to get so many passes off because he know how to use his big ass body, and he's nowhere near as big as Cole Kmet in terms of height and arm length. He's what, 6'3", 6'2", 6'3", Jason Witten, maybe 240. Excellent blocker though, tremendous receiver. Excellent guy for the Cowboys for a long period of time. But like I said, in order for Cole Kmet to get those things in order, he has to be able to shield his body. You got to be able to use your body. You got to do what Jimmy Graham was probably teaching, or what Jimmy Graham did. with his short stint in Chicago. What did he do? He used his body to catch that ball over people. He knew that he was 6'7", 265 pounds, and he needed to use every bit of that 6'7", 265 pounds. So I don't know. You know, I find it ridiculous for this team not to be able to do what they got to do. Of course, I'm driving because shit, I'm on my way to school. But I just find it ridiculous that this team can't do the one was trying to get theirs. People weren't trying to do what they supposed to do. So I don't know. Maybe next time they can get it together in the next game. But until then, you know, we're just gonna have to check it out and wonder what the team gonna be able to do. So this is JONETH PIPTNE bringing it back to you with another podcast. Once again, talking about the Chicago Bears getting a salad tossed by the Green Bay Packers. So I'll catch y'all later, man. Y'all be smooth.
4-5, gon' pitch your spine on the other side. It come out your lip, you heard what I said. I ain't need no for jigger, this shit to get different.